So, Iron Man is gone. A void left in the MCU, a legacy etched in vibranium and arc reactor light. But now, a
Hello?
new name emerges: Riri Williams. Is she truly ready to carry that colossal torch? Or are we witnessing the slow, terrifying erosion of everything we once loved? This isn't just a review, it's a critical examination of Marvel's Ironheart and what it means for the future. The very premise of Ironheart sends shivers down the spines of longtime fans. Tony Stark, Iron Man, was more than a hero. He was the cornerstone of the MCU. His departure left an unfillable void, and now Marvel introduces Riri Williams, a brilliant young inventor, to step into those iconic armored boots. This isn't just another show, it's a gamble. A high stakes play that could either revitalize the MCU with fresh blood and innovative tech or, more terrifyingly, expose the cracks in its foundation. The pressure on Dominique Thorne and the creative team is immense, almost palpable. For Marvel fans, the question looms: can anyone truly replace Tony? For comic readers, Riri's introduction in the comics was significant, but adapting her to the post-Stark MCU carries unique challenges. Tech enthusiasts, meanwhile, are scrutinizing every rivet and circuit board. Dominique Thorne absolutely shines as Riri Williams. She brings a raw, authentic energy to the character, portraying a young genius grappling with immense potential and even greater responsibility. Her performance is a beacon, often outshining the material around her. Riri isn't a carbon copy of Tony, and that's crucial. She's a different kind of genius, driven by different motivations, and her journey is distinctly her own. This differentiation is vital for her to stand on
What
her
is
own two
that?
armored feet, rather than living in Stark's shadow. Comic readers will appreciate the nods to her origins, while also noting the necessary adaptations for the MCU's current narrative. Her struggles feel grounded, making her relatable despite her extraordinary intellect. The tech scenes in Ironheart are surprisingly good, often evoking the gritty, inventive spirit of Iron Man 1. Witnessing Riri's iterative design process, her late-night tinkering, and her sheer ingenuity is genuinely compelling. It's a refreshing return to practical, hands-on engineering. For tech enthusiasts, this is where the show truly attempts to deliver. The evolution of Riri's suits, from rudimentary prototypes to more advanced designs, showcases a believable progression. The focus on her unique approach to AI and material science is a welcome detail. However, the shadow of Stark Industries looms large. While Riri's tech is distinct, the constant comparison to Tony's seemingly effortless brilliance is unavoidable. The show tries to carve its own niche, but the legacy of the arc reactor is a heavy one. The supporting cast, particularly insert character name if known, her best friend, her mentor, brings a much-needed grounded feel to the sci-fi spectacle. Their interactions with Riri provide emotional anchors, preventing the show from becoming solely about the tech. These relationships are crucial for Riri's development. The world-building attempts to establish Riri's corner of the MCU, distinct from the Avengers' global exploits. It focuses on her community, her university life, and the immediate threats she faces. This smaller scale can be a strength, allowing for more character-driven narratives. However, for Marvel fans accustomed to grand, interconnected narratives, this localized approach might feel a bit too contained. The show struggles at times to fully integrate Riri into the broader MCU tapestry, leaving some connections feeling tenuous. Here's where the cracks begin to show, and the scary reality of modern MCU production becomes apparent. Some of the pacing is undeniably off. The middle episodes in particular suffer from a noticeable drag, losing momentum built in the initial setup. This uneven pacing can make the viewing experience frustrating, especially for social media audiences used to rapid-fire content. Critical plot points feel rushed, while less significant moments are stretched thin. It's a common pitfall for streaming series, and Ironheart falls victim to it. For comic readers who are used to more condensed storytelling arcs, this meandering pace can be particularly jarring. The narrative often feels like it's treading water, rather than propelling Riri's journey forward with the urgency it deserves. Perhaps the most concerning aspect is the villain setup. Compared to past MCU shows, and certainly compared to the iconic threats Iron Man faced, Ironheart's antagonist feels remarkably weak. Their motivations are often muddled, and their presence lacks the menacing gravitas needed to truly challenge Riri. This lack of a compelling antagonist is a critical flaw. A hero is only as good as the villain they face, and Riri's journey feels less impactful without a truly formidable obstacle. It diminishes the stakes and makes her triumphs feel less earned. For Marvel fans, this is a recurring nightmare. The MCU has struggled with memorable villains post-Thanos, and Ironheart unfortunately continues this trend. It's a terrifying thought that the future of the MCU might be plagued by forgettable antagonists, diluting the very essence of heroic struggle. And yes, the CGI still needs work in some parts. While there are moments of impressive visual flair, particularly with Riri's suit in action, other sequences feel unpolished and rushed. This is especially noticeable when you compare it to the groundbreaking visual effects of the original Iron Man films. For tech enthusiasts, this is a glaring issue. In an era of advanced visual effects, inconsistent CGI can pull you right out of the immersion. It raises questions about production timelines, budget allocation, and the overall quality control at Marvel Studios. The scary truth is that the MCU's once unassailable visual standards seem to be slipping. This inconsistency is a worrying sign for the future, hinting at a potential decline in the cinematic polish that once defined the franchise. Ironheart is a solid step forward for the MCU in terms of character introduction and technological exploration. Dominique Thorne is a star, and the focus on Riri's inventive spirit is genuinely engaging. It attempts to carve out a new path, honoring the past while looking to the future. However, it doesn't quite stick the landing. The pacing issues, the underwhelming villain, and the inconsistent CGI prevent it from reaching its full potential. It feels like a show with immense promise that was perhaps rushed or not given the full creative freedom it deserved. If you're a fan of tech, enjoy seeing the next generation of heroes emerge, or are simply curious about Riri Williams' place in the MCU, it's worth the watch. But if you're expecting the next Iron Man, a show that redefines the genre and sets new standards, keep those arc reactor expectations firmly in check. The legacy is heavy, and Ironheart only partially lifts it. This show is a microcosm of the MCU's current challenges. It highlights the struggle to introduce new characters while maintaining the quality and interconnectedness that defined its golden age. The scary question remains: can Marvel truly evolve beyond its foundational heroes, or are we witnessing a slow, painful decline? The future of the MCU hinges on shows like Ironheart succeeding unequivocally. When they fall short, even slightly, it sends a ripple of doubt through the fan base. We need compelling stories, strong villains, and consistent quality to believe in this new era. So, what do you think? Did Ironheart live up to the hype, or did it leave you wanting more? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more critical reviews, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the terrifyingly uncertain future of the MCU. Share this with your fellow Marvel fans, comic readers, and tech enthusiasts. Let's get this conversation started.